Hello friends, today we are going to talk about VLOOKUP function in Google Sheets. With VLOOKUP function, we can make a vertical search in a data set or in a table, and we can fetch whatever data we are looking for. For example, we have the list of people here to the left of the screen with their IDs, their name and surname, their email addresses, and their phone numbers. And on the table on the right, we have the name of the people, and here we would like to fetch their phone number. So to do that, we are going to use VLOOKUP function. Let's first check the formula syntax of VLOOKUP. There are four parameters. The first one is the search key, the second one is range, the third one is index, and the last one is an optional, but it is actually important and we are going to talk about it later. Search key is the key or the data that we are looking for, and range is where we are looking at this search key. Then the index is from this list which column that we are going to fetch the data. So for example, let's start with this Sophia Robinson. So we start with an equal sign and type VLOOKUP. So search key is Sophia Robinson here, so it is G2, and then we do a comma, and it's asking for the range, so we have to start with this name column and then go to the right till the phone numbers column and select the entire table, then do a comma, and now what we are looking for is we are looking for the phone number for this person. So phone number is listed in the first, second and the third column in this table. So we type 3, then do a comma and type a 0. 0 means here is the exact match. So we want to get the exact data or exact match, the result of the exact match in our formula. And we hit enter. So as you can see, Sophia Robinson has a number of 555-434-3434. So this is the correct one. And if we copy this formula down to the other cells, we can have some numbers, but we have come up with some error because this is actually a common mistake. When we go inside this cell, as you can see, and when I click over here, now it's highlighting the range that we are make our search in with the VLOOKUP function. But when we go one row down and go inside this cell, now as you can see, the range, the search range also moved one row down. So in order to prevent this, what we have to do is to lock the range by pressing F4 key so that we can make it an absolute reference instead of relative reference. We hit enter and we can now copy it to the other cells. Now we can find the phone number for Alice Smith and we can check it here. It is 555-123-4567. So we have the correct phone number. Now we are going to make another example with our VLOOKUP function. Now we have the ID number again, and in this tutorial we are going to fetch name and surname with this ID and their last order date from this list. So again we are writing our formula starting with the equal sign and then VLOOKUP. Hit enter. Search key is this one and do a comma. Now it's asking for the range, so we are highlighting this area. Press F4 to lock it and then do a comma and then 0 for exact match. Hit enter. Now we have a value error because in VLOOKUP function, actually this is a limitation also for the VLOOKUP function. When we VLOOKUP, the search key should be at the first column of the searching range. So in other words, when we make the range here, let me highlight it. So Google Sheets is making the search here, and then after it finds the key, then it has to go right. It cannot go to left. This is the limitation. So in order to fix this, and this is actually again a common mistake. So let's cut this and insert one column left here and paste it. Now we have moved the ID column to the left of the table. Alternatively, we can also move it here like this. No, it didn't, because it has overridden on name and surname column. Okay, so we have moved our ID column to the left of the table. Now we can correct our formula, because it is now highlighting B to C as the search range, but we have to make it from A to C, and also do a comma, and column number is 1 and 2 here for the name and surname, and hit enter, and we accept this suggestion from Google Sheets, and we can fetch the name and surname. Likewise, we can also get the last order date for each person. Again, we start with an equal sign and type VLOOKUP, and search key is again this ID, and range is from A to E here, and I do press Ctrl Shift and then down arrow to select the entire table, hit F4 key to make it absolute, and then here do a comma, and now which column index we have to choose. We are looking for last order date, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we do 5 here, do a comma, and type 0, and close the parentheses. So as you can see, we have the last order date for Alice Smith, which is 26 October to 2023. This is correct, and I accept the suggestion for the other cells here. With VLOOKUP, we can fetch data from a table which is stored in another Google Sheets tab. For example, in this table, we have again the ID, name, and email, and phone number, but we would like to fetch the blood type for each person. And blood type of each person is listed in the other sheet renamed blood type. So what we want to do here is we want to fetch the data from this blood type sheet. So again, we start with an equal sign and type VLOOKUP. Search key is again ID number for each person, which is a unique identifier for each person, like a social security number. And then we go to blood type sheet to refer to the range. So as you can see, when I click on the cell here, it has written blood type and then put an exclamation sign. It is meaning that it is going to make its search in the sheet named blood type, and then we are giving the range by rows and columns. So I do again a Ctrl Shift and down arrow to select all the table, and then press F4 key to make it absolute reference. And now again it is asking for the column index, so blood type is located at the 1, 2, and 3, column 3 here, and again we do an exact match. So close the parentheses and hit enter. So it fetches the blood type information from the sheet named blood type. So let's click on this, let's make a double click on this field handle, and it copies down the formula to entire table. So we can fetch the data from another sheet, even from another Google Sheets file. I'm going to talk about this in another video. Also, we can use VLOOKUP function for comparison purposes. For example, we have two boxes, box 1 and box 2, and in each boxes we have some fruits, and we would like to compare whether the fruits in box 1 also exist in box 2. So again, we are going to use VLOOKUP function. So we do an equal sign again, VLOOKUP, search key is this one, and range is box 2. So we select and highlight it, make it absolute reference by pressing F4, and then column index is 1 because there is only one column in this box 2 table, and then do a 0 for exact match and hit enter, and I accept the suggestion from Google Sheets. Now as you can see, we have banana in this list, and grape in this list, and watermelon in this list. We can do also from here, this comparison from here. Again, VLOOKUP, the search key is this one, and the range is box 1. Press F4 to lock it, and then range column index is 1 again, and 0 for exact match, and hit enter. And we accept the suggestion from Google Sheets. As you can see, peach exists in box 2, but it's not it doesn't exist in box 1, so it gives an NA error. And in our last example, we are going to find the tax rate for each person. And now we are going to talk about the fourth parameter, which is it is an optional one. Up to now, we always selected false or exact match, but here we have to find the approximate. We have to use approximate match option here, because when we look at the annual salary column, as you can see, those salaries do not have an exact match in the annual salary table or tax rate table. So let's start with the VLOOKUP function again. VLOOKUP, search key is this one, annual salary, and then search range is this one. Press F4 to lock it, and column index is 1 and 2 because tax rate is stored in the second column. And now we are going to type 1, not 0, because let's close it now, because this $78,500 sits in this range between 65 and 90. It doesn't have an exact match, but it is greater than $65,000 and less than $90,000. So because it is more than $65,000, the tax rate is 25%. So let's double click to make the formula copy it down through the table. So now we see $42,000 and the tax rate is 15% because it is less than $25,000 but less than $65,000. So it chose or fetches 15%. That way we can use this approximate match feature or VLOOKUP, especially we are going to find out the tax rate for a person's annual salary, or we can use VLOOKUP with this approximate match when we are going to find out the grades of the students based on their cumulative score, annual score. So that should do it for this video. I hope you like it, and please subscribe and remember to like the video. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye.